So tell us about your immediate family.
Of course. I had 3 older siblings. My oldest sister was Aline Radke. My next one was Jeanette Jaffe Longoria. My 3rd sibling was Albert Don Herrmann. And then I brought up the rear, probably unanticipated, 6 or 8 years later. My oldest sister, Aline, married a dentist and lived in first Eau Claire, and then he started teaching at the University of Dental School. And Aline was always busy with charitable good. She really loved giving her time to various charities. My mother always said Jeanette heard the beat of a different drum. And she did. She was very, very interesting. She loved people. She was very gregarious and was always avant-garde on everything she did. She raised a lot of money for various charities too. Thanks to her, the Santa Rosa Children's Hospital got started as a result of one of her children, Jennifer, being very ill, and she saw that there was no children's hospital, so she started the drive for the Santa Rosa Children's Hospital. And then my brother went to law school before I did, and he was in retail. He and his family are still involved in retail. And then I went to law school, as I said, and then got into business a few years later.
So we'll switch gears a little bit, and I want to learn more about Hotel Havana.
I mentioned I've stayed at the Havana when Mr. and Mrs. Jaffe ran it. I stayed there frequently when my parents were out of town, and I fished in the San Antonio River. Mr. Jaffe always sat at a desk in the back of the entrance, close to the back door. Mrs. Jaffe really ran the maids and other staff that they had at the hotel, but she always treated me just like a son when I stayed there. She was so sweet, and he was very nice. But he and my dad would meet periodically across from Travis Elementary on Main, and at that time there was an ice station there, and they would share a couple of beers. So they were friends, and I think the family was generally harmonious.
Now tell us about you. Tell us about you and your family and your career.
Well, I've been blessed in so many ways. I was born in 1934, December 21st, and right in the height of the Depression, and was so happy. My mother always fed us 3 meals a day. I learned, I guess, to be somewhat interested in helping various causes and being philanthropic because of the example my mother gave. And being the youngest of the 4 children, my sisters took good care of me. I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, as did all of my siblings, and graduated, went to the University of Texas, and then my dad said, come home, you're qualified to go to St. Mary's Law School, and you need to go to law school like your brother did. So I came back, went to law school, and never regretted it. It's been very helpful to me in my business career, even though I didn't practice law very long.
Ron, you're at a stage in life that you've experienced so many things and you've learned so much. What is it about life that you've learned? that you've experienced and that you could share with us.
Thank you. I've been so blessed to have wonderful mentors, wonderful spouse. I can't tell you how important it is, but the one thing that is the most important is to be a person of integrity. When you tell someone something, you don't speak with a forked tongue. You always lay out whatever it is, good or bad, but you give advice or you give friendship, but always be honest. And I've tried to mold my life around that concept.
At Mission Park and Mission Park Cares, we'd like to bring you more programming each and every week.
Yes, just subscribe here or catch us every Sunday morning on Fox 29.
And remember, at Mission Park, it's our mission to care.